Assalamu alaikum. You are still watching Prime Live. Now, we are very excited to be welcoming Uzair, Moola and Mohamed Azeem Shaik, who are the co founders of Darul Arqam Foundation, to discuss the organization's Winter Warm Drive. Now, on Saturday, July the 12th, volunteers will gather in Auckland Park at 2 p.m. to prepare hearty stews for distribution on Sunday, July the 13th. Now, this event aims to provide warmth and comfort to those in need during the chilly winter season. Sidra, thank you so much for joining us to tell us more about this initiative and how the community will benefit from this. Assalamu alaikum, Uzair and Mohammed. Jazakallah so much for joining us on Prime Life and welcome. Can you please unmute yourself?
Oh, I think there we are. We are unmuted now. Can you hear us?
We can hear you. Jazakallah so much for joining us on Prime Life and welcome.
Jazakallah for having us.
Jazakallah for having us.
It's very commendable that Darul Arqam Foundation is taking steps to support those who are in need this winter. Can you tell us more about Darul Arqam as a foundation?
Jazakallah so much. So, Darul Arqam is a community-based foundation. It is a non-profit organization driven by an Islamic ethos of compassion, service, and dignity for all. Our work spans various outreach efforts from food drives, clothing distribution, to youth membership and educational support as well. What we're trying to do is to create a sustainable community.
Mashallah, that's very, very impressive. Now, what was the inspiration behind the winter drive that you guys are currently working on?
The inspiration behind the drive was actually quite a simple one. We understood there was a need in the community and we wanted to make an effort and initiative to try and change something for the better. So the winter warmth drive was born out of a need. Many individuals in the community, they faced bitter cold without any actual basic necessities to fight it back. So our volunteers noticed that there was a gap where we needed to fill and wanted to create a campaign that addressed both hunger and warmth. So the drive was inspired by the idea that no one should go to sleep hungry or cold, especially when we ourselves have the capacity to fix that particular issue. We then seen it as an amanat for us to do so, being that we were capable of making a change. We then decided to take on the initiative.
That is very beautiful and impressive, especially because, we are living in times whereby there's a lot of people who are actually in need. So such initiatives are very much highly needed. Now, for those who are interested in volunteering, what kind of tasks can they expect to do and how can they, get involved during this cooking day that's going to be happening on Saturday, the 12th of July?
So first and foremost, you need to come with your hands ready to work. So what we like to do is we do everything from the start to the finish, right? So all the meat that's donated to us, we'll clean everything. The vegetables as well. We clean all the vegetables. And then from there, you need to come with your strong hands as well to start stirring the pots once we get to cooking. And what this creates as well is a bit of muhabbat between everyone that does come out to come and assist on the day.
And please tell us about how important do you feel it is to foster a sense of empathy and understanding amongst the volunteers who are going to be participating in this initiative?
That's a fantastic question, actually, based on the fact that the communities we are trying to outreach to are very underprivileged, very neglected in a certain way. And for our volunteers to go there and be able to feel one with the community, we need to foster a characteristic of empathy, as you mentioned. So, with that, empathy is certainly at the heart of everything that we do. Initiatives like this are not just about giving, but it's about connecting the people and allowing the volunteers to engage directly with realities faced by others. It fosters humility and gratitude. it allows them to also to break down the social barriers that might be present at some point. And it reminds us that we do have a shared humanity that we all need to play a part with to make sure that we see it through together. So we believe empathy, as mentioned, is the first step towards lasting change. And we begin then with empathy, hoping that we can make some change in this world.
Inshallah. Now, food distribution can sometimes be a very complex process, especially to underserved and marginalized communities. So, how will you ensure that during the distribution on Sunday, everything is distributed equally and efficiently?
Absolutely, absolutely. Sorry. So we work closely with the community. We have a Mulana and Appa that are in charge of a madrasa there. So what they've done is sent out tickets. So we're catering to around 300 people, and Mulana and Appa have sent out tickets to 300 people. So on the day when they do come through, they'll come through with the ticket. They'll be able to get a meal, a loaf of bread, and a winter hamper with that as well. And to it, we were lucky enough to get sponsored a sweet pack. So the kids will be getting, not the kids, everyone actually would be getting a sweet pack from that as well.
Mm. And in terms of the community that you're speaking about, are you speaking about a community in Auckland Park, or which community exactly are you serving? Because I do know that you mentioned that on Saturday you'll be meeting up to be cooking and preparing for Sunday in Auckland Park. So can you please maybe just highlight exactly which community you'll be serving?
Definitely. So the preparations will be taking place in Auckland Park, but we will be distributing at a place in Ennerdale called Fine Town. The institution is called the Al Mubarak Institute.
Mm. And what exactly inspired you to actually distribute to this community in particular?
So that is a great question. While we were in university and we decided to start these feeding drives, as part of the MSA actually, all of us that are from Darul Arqam were actually, we started off in the MSA at the universities, and our first distribution took place at Al Mubarak, and for a lot of us, this is where we actually fell in love with the work, right? And when we finished university, Al Mubarak had a special place in all of our hearts. So we decided, let's go back to the community. Let's see what we can do to uplift the community and give the community a better chance at succeeding.
That is a beautiful story that you just shared with us. Now, beyond the immediate effect or impact of the winter warm drive, does Darul Arqam Foundation have any long-term goals or plans related to poverty alleviation or community development?
Yes. So our goal mainly is, yes, we do the food drives, the clothing drives, but we're looking for something that's a little bit more longer lasting. And we found that when we work with the youth, education is of utmost importance, right? So every second Sunday, we go through to the madrasa and we help the kids out with their schoolwork, assignments, even people in the community, if they need any help with sending out CVs or getting referrals out, we try and assist in whatever way that we can. And with the academic, we do Islamic as well. So there's a lot of students that we do help with part one and part two, because during the week, Mulana and Hapa, it's three teachers trying to deal with 150 students, right? So it's quite difficult for them. So on the weekend, when we come through, we try and just make a little bit more progress uh, with the kids. At the end of the day, Mulana and Appa are taking on the biggest of roles. It's a big amount for them as well. We're just trying to try and assist in whatever way we can, and try and push these kids forward.
I mean, being part of such a beautiful organization, or an organization that's big on, helping communities, developing communities, it's a very fulfilling role. Can you tell us what has been the most rewarding aspect of being part of Darul Arqam?
So I'll give from my personal side. When we started off, and this is not because of us. At the end of the day, it all comes from Allah, and like I said, a lot of it is from Mulana and Appa. But the first year at the Chalsa, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 8 students moved over from part 1 and part 2 to reading the Quran. At the end of the second year, we had, I think, about 16 or 18 students move from part 1 and part 2 to start reading the Quran. And there's days when we get there and we see some of these students, when you're testing them or you're trying to teach them, and you see that just a little bit of progress being made, right? It really warms your heart.
And I think the same question could be directed to, what do you call this, to the brother next to you. I'm not sure who's who because it's a Zoom, right? And I didn't want to ask who is Uzair, who's Mohammed, because you guys are sitting in one Zoom.
The handsome guy is Uzair Mullah.
The handsome guy is Azeem Shaik. But it's a good question.
Okay.
I think, as you mentioned, one of the most fulfilling parts is watching the progress of these kids. But aside from that, it's actually driving up. So this particular madrasa that we see to is located in a township. And driving into the township, seeing the kids, them knowing who we are based on us going every second Saturday, Sunday. They watch us, they follow our cars, they run, they get excited. It is that they give us reason to continue doing what we do. And it really is a heartwarming feeling to see the people who remember us, who notice us, and just want to come to us and seek as much as they can. It gives us reason to give as much as we have to give.
Mashallah, that's beautiful. Now, can you please highlight the importance of such initiatives? How important is it that, not just your foundation, but all other foundations that are out there helping people, come together and do drives like the winter warm drive? Some people do blankets, some people do jackets, socks, whatever it is to help those who are in need during this winter season.
So at the end of the day, charity is part of our deen. It is part of our 5 pillars, right? So, and also we do it solely for the pleasure of Allah. And when it comes to these type of communities, shukr, by the grace of Allah, we were lucky enough, when we go home, there's a heater, there's a hot meal, there's a roof over our head. So, and at the end of the day, you need to assist and help your next Muslim brother in whatever way that you can. What you wish for yourself, you should wish for your next Muslim brother. So I find that it's quite important in whatever way you can assist. If it's a 1 rand, if it's just giving a smile, or these drives that we are able to do.
The time, the preparation, anything, we'll take anything.
Yes, and also at the end of the day, we are lucky in this because Allah has given us the opportunity. He's chosen us to be a part of this and do this type of work. So we make shukr as well.
Now, lastly, for those who are unable to volunteer during this specific event that's coming up, what are some other ways they can show support to Darul Arqam Foundation and its mission in the future?
Oh, that's a fantastic question because we at Darul Arqam are always ready to take on new volunteers, to see new faces. Not just us, but the kids, the madrasa themselves. They're always ready to welcome anybody that comes. But if anybody is not necessarily able to come physically, there are still many ways that people can contribute. People can contribute warm clothes, non-perishable food, sponsor a meal, give their time if they are available, and we're more than happy to share banking details with anybody if they would like to contribute financially. With that, then we have the ongoing tuition that takes place every second Sunday and the drives that we do use. And at anybody who's ready just to even participate or to be a mentor, to come and share skill with us as well as the madrasa themselves, would be highly appreciated. So whether it's money, whether it's the time, or even if it means sharing our posts on social media and just spreading the word is what we do. Just that inspiring, just that spreading awareness will inspire quite a lot of people.
And is there any maybe website that you guys have or social media page that people can, engage with in case when they feel like volunteering or contributing in whatever way possible?
So we don't have a website, but we do have a Instagram page. It's called Darul Arqam. You can just search it on Instagram and you can have a look at our page, see the work that we do, some of the weekends that we spend with the kids, the different drives that we've done as well. And if they would like to get in contact with us, our contact details are on there, or they can directly message us on Instagram and we'll get back to them as soon as possible.
Mm. I mean, Uzair, Moola, and Mohammed, Jazakallah so much for joining us and just for giving us insight on what to expect in terms of the upcoming event that's happening on the 12th. I mean, it's starting from the 12th, but it's happening on the 13th of July. So, Jazakallah so much for just, shedding some light on what to expect.
Jazakallah, thank you for having us.
Jazakallah khair. We appreciate the ability to be able to spread our word and hopefully get new people and make a change, inshallah.
Inshallah. Viewers at home, this was a beautiful conversation I just had with Uzair and Mohammed Azeem, who are the co-founders of Darul Arqam Foundation, and they are having a drive that's happening on the 12th of July. That is when volunteers will gather in Auckland Park to cook and do all things in the kitchen. And on Sunday, July the 13th, that's when they will be starting their winter warm drive for those who are in need. So if you are in the area or if you can drive to the area, make sure that you actually head out there on Saturday and Sunday and be part of this great work. But without wasting any time, let's go to a quick break. We'll see you right after this.